thought we did a nice job of battling and being in the ball game, and then had a pretty big span in the second half where we just couldn't rebound it, get loose ball, get a stop, and score on the other end. So TCU went on a big run and was hard to recover after that large run. But proud of our team. They've been through a tough year, but they have always continued to fight, and really proud of that.
Okay, we'll take questions from the floor. Again, if you would, please state your name and your affiliation when you ask your questions. Got a question on the front left.
Coach, how big were Amber and Yvonne both tonight?
Just, I thought left it all out there, and Amber played 40 minutes and Yvonne played 39, and they were exhausted, but I thought they played extremely hard on both ends. Thought they played every possession, and Yvonne stepped up and shot the ball extremely well, made big shots for us, and Amber made big plays for us like she has all year. Really proud of both of them and how they've developed over the year and how they've come along, and I'm excited to get to the off season with them.
Amber, what was working so well defensively for y'all in the first half?
I think just being active and, calling out screens early and communicating with each other, I think that really helped us. And following our scouting report and really knowing their plays and executing our defensive.
Yvonne, after losing all of your conference game, was there a point when TCU started to go on that run that you thought, oh, here we go again, like we have to try to fight back? Was that ever a mindset?
Yes. We had our moments where we kind of let down, which we shouldn't, and that's something that we do have to work on.
And then, Coach, going into spring, you only lose 2 seniors. So what was your message to these girls in the locker room and then the plan for spring?
It's been tough, and I know that, and they're stronger for going through this season, as am I. But I'm excited to get them in the off season, and I told them I've already counted the weeks that we have together, and just what that's going to be about. That we have to have a fire in us, that we are going to move this program forward, and we're never going to leave this program or have this program in this situation again. So. A lot of young players, and we want to, really evaluate where can we help them get better. Our staff does a great job of developing players. It's something we're proud of, and we will work hard this spring developing weaknesses and continue to get better at our strengths.
Any more? We've got a question on the right-hand side aisle.
Chuck Cheney, SB Nation. Coach, you said that you guys are really young. I see that you guys start 3 freshmen, and then you saw Battle, who is a junior. A lot of momentum from this game, even though you guys didn't win, come from the first half, played well. You still battled hard. Is that going to lead you into next season?
Yeah, it's going to have to, I told them, you never want to lose, but when you do lose, you want to feel like you tried as hard as you could and you left it on the floor, and as long as they can look in the mirror and say that, then I think it's you have a better feeling moving forward. So we got a lot of work to do, and I think we have again the right staff that will help get these players where they need to be, and I think they're the right kind that want to be great. So we'll get to work here in the off season.
Well, I thought Texas Tech played an outstanding, certainly first half. I thought they played very well, and I thought our group was very resilient and hung in there. And second half, I thought we, the difference for us was some rebounding, hustle plays. I thought we had some big plays there. I thought our defense created some offense. I thought Chelsea Prince at the front of the zone was critical. So all in all, I thought, and obviously we shoot 60% in the second half, so this was a game where the baskets were pretty wide open. Both teams shot pretty well. For us, I just think we were able to create enough turnovers to get some offense.
Okay, thank you. We'll take questions. If you put your hand up, we'll get the microphone to you. Again, your name and your affiliation. The first question, please.
Chuck Cheney, SB Nation. Coach, you guys pulled away there in the second half of an 18-3 run that spent 7.5 minutes. What did you guys do that were able to just give you the advantage to pull away?
Well, I thought our defense created some open turnovers, some live turnovers out front. Chelsea Prince, I get back to her at the front. We made a little bit of an adjustment. We felt like they were getting us really wide, so we went with that I formation where Chelsea was at the top of it, and she was able to create some havoc up there. And obviously we got in a pretty good rhythm. I thought we got on the offensive glass. We had some plays there. LT had some big plays there. I thought Ventress got on the glass better. So a little bit of everything. Okay, thanks.
Well, I don't, Coach. We're not
If
going to
they
let
don't
you
ask
off
questions,
that
I'm out here.
Yeah,
I got things to do. Thank goodness.
Coach, you guys have West Virginia coming up. Your 2 games you played were very close, within 8 points combined. What do you guys think you need to do to get over that hump and tomorrow night?
Well, one, I think West Virginia's an outstanding team. We've played well against them, but we'll see. We'll put together a game plan. I think that they had such a great year. I think really for us it starts with making sure that Bussy doesn't control the inside so much. She's such a fantastic player. You talk about the shooters in Holmes. Taylor is an excellent player. Stepney at the point I think is outstanding. We'll take a look at the things that we can do a little bit better. Those things have come down to we're not going to sneak up on them. We're not going to sneak up on them. The 2 games we've had have been down to the last 4 minutes both times. We're not sneaking up on them. They'll be ready to play, I'm sure. We'll have to get some rest tonight and put together as good a game plan as we can. But we've played them well. I mean, our team has played well, but I think we've done some decent things. When you talk about West Virginia, you've got to handle their defensive pressure first. That's the first thing you got to do. And then the second thing you got to do is the things I talked about. Bussy can't just own the glass all night long. And then you got to guard their shooters. Other than that, not much. Other than that, everything, really, when you play a team like them. I will say this. I told my group in the last time we played them in Morgantown that I thought West Virginia was a top 10 team on tape. And because they started outside the rankings, they were very underrated. I think when we played them 13, I actually told them top 8. So I have that much respect for that team. And I think, you could see with them being co-champions, they've had an outstanding year.
Questions for Coach or the players? We're going to let them go back if you don't ask any questions. We got another question on the side.
For both of you, tonight's game, big win, got some momentum, struggling. What are you going to be able to take from this and moving into the West Virginia game, coming over the hump of being able in a close game to take it into the game tomorrow?
I think having poise and control, just staying with our game plan. They want a fast-paced game. We just have to slow it down. We play zone, so we want a slower game. So just being in control in our offense and defense, I think will help us.
Latricia, what about that?
I agree with Zayna. We need just to play our game tomorrow. Tonight, I think Texas Tech started out great, and we had to come back and fight hard, and that's what we did. And tomorrow, that's the same thing we're going to have to do. Just like the previous 2 games against West Virginia, we're going to have to grind it out the entire 40 minutes. So that's what we have to do tomorrow night.
I will say one thing that I didn't mention earlier. Only 1 turnover in the first half really kept us in it because the possessions, with the way they shot the basketball, we had 8 assists and 1 turnover in the first half. So that was a huge key for us controlling the basketball. And while I thought we were a little edgy at times, I talked to our team at halftime about poise and control in the second half. Only having 8 turnovers, that's a really solid effort by our entire group.